All right guys, day 2 on finishing this skid steer. We are pretty close to being done. We definitely have some work to do. We got new seals. We bought a rebuild kit for the variable sheave seal thing. All right, we're gonna call it a variable sheave piston. Anyways, so we bought a rebuild kit for it. We got 2 new bearings. So we're gonna rebuild that. We need to get our hydraulic pump set up, and then we also need to get our muffler. And we gotta build a bracket, and we gotta figure out where it's gonna be because that door is back there and it's in the way. I believe that we're gonna have this sitting like this or something. I wish that this inlet port was over here because I want that pointing that way because our fuel fill is right here and we don't want it pointing right at the fuel fill. So anyways, we might cut this, rotate it so it comes up, and then we might do a 90 or something. I'm not 100% sure yet. But when we get to that, we'll look at it. Until then, let's start on this variable sheave piston.
Okay, so we got all the seals. We got brand new. These are genuine SKF bearings. That is what's on this thing, and we wanted to keep it as original as we can. This stuff just lasts so much longer than the new garbage. So it was worth getting some new old stock, genuine bearings. Those through Bobcat were way more expensive, so I bought them independently. Run this pick through the snap ring groove really quick, make sure we got no garbage in here, which that looks good. Get some oil in there. So I read the best thing to use is a piece of PVC, and look at that, that's almost perfect. We don't want to drive on this end if we can help it. So hopefully this doesn't like shatter into a million pieces. Okay, that went very well. Except for I can't hold it.
There you go.
Apparently I'm just impatient. Here it went. Yeah. There we go. We had found there's timing marks on this.
We marked them, I thought.
And I think we even marked it. There it is, right there. So now the question is, where's the timing mark on the sheave? Our timing mark is a little notch right there. You can just barely catch it with your fingernail. Actually, when I try, I can't, but it's right there. So we got timing mark on the pulley right there.
Right there.
Alright, right there, and right there. Awesome.
Should probably put the belt on before we do anything else.
We should put the belt on. That would be a very smart thing to do.
That's why Tim keeps me around.
It's the only reason. So now that we know it fits really well, let's pull it back apart and put the belt on.
Here.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That was the issue.
Yep.
That belt, once we got the belt in the right place, it went right on. So there's our key. There's our key. Okay, right there. Right there. We put a clamp on the back side of the sheave here just to hold it. We didn't pull it in, we just used it to hold it. Now we can get this snap ring in here. And I don't think we actually have the proper snap ring pliers for this.
Flathead screwdriver.
AJ's snap-on collection
is minimal.
We should go ahead and get a couple pumps of grease in here so we got fresh grease all the way around that sheave. The kit came with these 2 belts here. It said the shorter one sometimes works better, which is all fine and dandy except for it still seemed too long. So I went and got a little bit nicer belt, at least I think it is, and it's 1 inch shorter yet. So it should put a little closer to the skid steer, give us a little bit more room here. And I just think it's a better belt. That's perfect. Once we pull on it, it won't touch this, so that's just plastic anyway.
Let's see if I can guess it perfectly again. Yeah.
So the next thing is, I got it on the wrong end, but we didn't really like the way this hydraulic hose extension fit. So I got this 45, and I think that's gonna make it a lot better. All right, hydraulic lines are done. So we got this back door on. It is super tight down in here. The bolt that holds this back door on actually goes in between the bolts that spin on the end of this pulley. Super close, really. We don't like clearances this tight, but they do clear. It's going to work. It would be nice if we had even a 1/4 inch more room, but it is in there. That is progress. We'll tighten the rest of this door up. There's a bolt on the bottom here, a bolt on the bottom here that you're not looking at, and yeah, so a bolt here, and a bolt, I think, right here. Get those snugged up, and then we start working on the exhaust. So we'll get we got a few things done. The customer was here, so we didn't film, not a whole lot. We got the choke lever installed. Instead of a lever, we've got this knob that came with it. The customer actually really likes this. We got it hooked up right here. It was not just a little low on hydraulic fluid, it was completely empty. It's about where it needs to be now. We got the muffler mounted, we'll show you here. The air filter originally mounted on the other side of this rail right here, and again, with talking to the customer, he really liked this location. It's gonna be out of the way, it's gonna be further back than the original exhaust. The next thing we're gonna work on, we've gotta cut this elbow back here because it hits the door, and we've got to connect the dots, and not 100% sure how it's going to work, but we're hoping we can cut the 90 off and take a couple inches and just kind of bring it up, something like that right there. It is a little close to here, but we don't want to melt this, and we can shorten it as well, so kind of split the difference between plastic. But that's the next thing.
Also, for the record, we don't love the flex pipe, but for right now, this is what we're going to use.
Yeah.
And then if the customer wants to change it later on, we'll do that.
Just a couple ugly spot welds, because you like it when I say that. So we just got to cut off a little bit, but that's, I think that's a happy medium between the plastic and the gas. Yeah. So make sure you unhook the negative battery cable so you don't burn up the ECM. No, dude, that turned out really good. I wasn't sure if that thin metal was going to be a pain, but that looks really good.
Yeah.
And you didn't even burn the engine. Where's...
Yep,
Oh, dude.
Dude, that's perfect.
That's
Oh my
perfect.
Way better. That is way quieter with the muffler. It's still pretty loud compared to my little diesel skid steer. This is loud, but much better than the Harley we had before.
So the factory throttle linkage was this guy right here, and this is backwards from the original lever. This here you pull or push from the operator station to rev it up. That one's the other way. So we found this that was bolted to the engine originally, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend this linkage to come through here. We're gonna weld this right there to the body, and then it's gonna work exactly like it was, and we'll connect it with a spring so it's not rigid. If that lever goes further than what this is, it'll just have a spring. It's gonna work perfect and factory. Is this the one we want?
All right, guys, so here is our throttle linkage actually welded up. And done. So there's our spring. And it goes up to that lever up there. There it is. It's working perfectly.
It's time to get this thing off the trailer and see how she does. So yesterday it was running pretty good. It's still, we gotta let it warm up. It's a little cold-blooded. Once we know it's doing good, we'll go ahead and get this cover put on right here. But we'll get it off. We'll play with it for a couple of minutes. If it's good to go, we're gonna give it to the customer.
We'll see how it does on these ramps. The customer uses it all the time, but for us it's a little scary. So that's why I'm making Tim unload it.
Well, that turned out awesome. Lots of little things we had to customize, but overall, it was indeed a bolt-in kit. Make minor modifications, went really well. This thing is gonna live for a long time. We probably will have to add some weight to the back of it because this engine is probably 200, maybe 300 pounds lighter than the other one. I think it's gonna work really well. It definitely needs to be broke in. It's fresh. It doesn't like to idle really well, and I think it just needs to be used. The longer it runs, the better it runs.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
The customer came over. He was really happy with the way it was working. We have not tested it yet. We're going to test this tomorrow morning, and you will have already seen that. But he was really happy with how it works, and everything's, honestly, if I had a skid steer like this, I would probably do a repower like that. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, support the channel, and you know, we're still relatively new at this, but we're loving every second of it. And we want to keep bringing videos out. We'd love to be at 3 videos a week. Right now we shoot for 1, and sometimes we don't make that target.
Sometimes.
But the people that do the repower on this, well, you tell them.
Yeah, it's repowerspecialist.com. Check them out. Their customer service has been amazing. Every time I call, they've been more than happy to help, even if they don't think it's their fault. I only had one issue, and it was the linkage, but we didn't give this thing enough time to warm up. But these guys have been awesome. I believe they're in Oregon. I said it wrong earlier, but repowerspecialist.com, they've been fantastic. If we have something like this, we'll definitely go through them again. We did pay for this engine. This wasn't a sponsorship or anything, but definitely, if you guys are looking for something like this, they do repowers for tons and tons of equipment. Check them out.
See you guys next week.
I don't know how to read.